Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Flood. On September 30th, Canadians commemorated the first ever National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Adam Riley spent that day in the Nipigon area, covering several ceremonies that honor the past and focused on the future.
On a crisp, bright blue autumn day, residents, guests, and staff at the Nipigon District Memorial Hospital gathered outside to pay respect to survivors of Canada's Indian residential school system during the first annual National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Guests spoke of traditions, the after effects, and even tried to comprehend what parents felt losing their children to the schools.
How it would feel to wake up one day and my son not being there, being taken away. How it would feel to not have the youth around to learn their traditional customs, and their beliefs, their spirituality. And it's so hard to fathom.
Hospital CEO Kathy Eady says while it may be difficult to properly reconcile the past, events like this play a key role in rebuilding trust.
This is all part of doing the work to ensure that trust is built again, and that we're sharing and we're moving forward together. I think that's the most important part, is we've all kind of inherited this and we want to move forward on this issue together.
Later in the day, it was a sea of orange on Highway 11 as community members of the Red Rock Indian Band, Nipigon and Red Rock joined to march in solidarity to the Lake Helen First Nation Elders Lodge, which sits on the site of the former Indian Day School in that community, before culminating at the Chalet Lodge to also celebrate the grand opening of the community's new butcher shop. Chief Marcus Hardy says the shop plays a key role for food sovereignty on the First Nation.
This is a place here, we have the moose hanger. I think 6 moose have been donated to the community so far, and a bunch of fish. So, our elders and our community members will be eating good.
One of the moose harvested on Thursday was shot by Hardy's son MJ. He, along with 11 other community youths, were given lessons over the week on hunting practices and traditional foods.
It's super cool because I've done it many times before, but this time it's different because it's my moose and everyone's excited about it.
And in the spirit of the day, MJ donated the first moose he has ever harvested to the community. Adam Riley, TBT News.
While much of Marathon's economy circles around nearby mining opportunities, the town's amenities from a tourism perspective are working to not only attract visitors, but to also provide leisure opportunities for residents. This comes in the form of federal and provincial money to enhance the town's waterfront and rebuild of the golf course's clubhouse, which was destroyed by fire last year. Adam Riley has more.
Several years ago, the town of Marathon took part of the waterfront property formerly owned by the now demolished pulp mill and converted it to a public recreation area.
We enhanced that very much and put new dock systems in, landscaped, built a fish cleaning station, and put a permanent bathroom down there. Enhanced the parking lot area. So we've done great work.
Now with $100,000 in combined federal and provincial funding, the town is looking to enhance the beach area, walking paths, and the kayak launch. Dumas says part of it is geared towards safety of both residents and visitors.
Cummings Beach area is just a gorgeous area that you can walk the rocks for forever, walk all the way to Carton Cove, but the access to that area is very tricky because it's water in the spring and the summer, gets low and high. People have been putting logs across the creek, but that's not safe, so we're going to put a path, a walking trail with a bridge going over there so it's secure and safe for individuals.
That isn't the only improvement to recreation in Marathon. Dumas is also proud of the new golf clubhouse that was built over the past year, replacing the one that was destroyed during a storm in 2020. He notes part of the town's strategic plan was to make that facility fully accessible, and Mother Nature sped up the process.
It's gorgeous. It's about the same size as the existing one that was there pre-burn, but the one, as you know, before it burned down, was a 2-story facility with really small bathrooms, not accessible. This one has got great accessibility, barrier-free, big bathrooms. It meets all the needs of the new construction, new build, new building codes.
Dumas says the cost to replace the clubhouse was around $1.3 million. Fortunately, the bulk of the cost was covered through insurance. Corey Nordstrom, TBT News.
A fundraiser was put on at Boulevard Lake today for the rare neurodevelopmental condition known as Rett syndrome that affects 1 out of 10,000 girls born. Rett syndrome is caused by a rare genetic mutation of the X chromosome that over time makes them prisoners of their own bodies as it steals their breath, their voice, and their ability to walk, along with other symptoms. The first year of the fundraiser raised $16,000, and they are hoping to beat that this year. Event organizers Nicole Arapov and Lana Vondet both have personal experience with Rett syndrome, as Arapov's daughter currently has the disease and Vondet's daughter passed at 17. Both mothers spoke about how this event can help.
All the funds that we are raised today will go to Ontario Rett Syndrome Association. It goes to research to find a cure.
Because of my daughter's passing, I feel like we need to make more awareness because these children are suffering and they shouldn't be. So we want to put an end to this, and hopefully we can with more funds and more research.
Travis and Nudo's Greenhouse and Creekside Nursery hosted over 70 local makers and local food vendors for the Fall Artisan Market. Last year was the first time the Fall Artisan Market took place, and with over 1,000 people showing up last year, event organizer Amanda Trevisanudo says she expects to see even more of the community come out for the two-day event. The local makers were split between the two greenhouses, with a lineup of people waiting to browse and pick up some one-of-a-kind local products. Trevisanudo says she was happy to see all the community come out and is looking forward already to next year's event.
I love doing local markets and things like that, and what better way to give back than to have everyone local here, especially after COVID. You realize how important it is to shop local and to support your community, and that's why we decided to do the market.
The Artisan Market is also open tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be back soon for the winter market as well. And the Alzheimer's Society of Thunder Bay hosted its first annual duck hunt, where multiple teams got together to search Prince Arthur's Landing in their quest to find rubber ducks. The Alzheimer's Society hid over 100 ducks throughout Prince Arthur's as teams were challenged with solving riddles in order to hunt for the ducks. The event was $200 per team, hosting 20 staff and 40 hunters, and there were many prizes to win for the successful teams. The goal of the event was to raise $10,000 for local programs and services, and even though the weather did not cooperate, programs manager Pamela Gary says she's happy with the turnout and hopes this annual event will get bigger and better.
Hopefully we'll be able to have more teams next year. Our goal was to have 16 teams, but we have 8 teams, and that's a great start. And so hopefully we'll be able to do more teams next year.
If you are looking to take place in the second annual duck hunt next year, you can get your teams of 5 ready to solve the riddles and find the ducks. And to help celebrate the beginning of autumn, the owners at the Mount Baldy Ski Hill began hosting their first annual Fall Colors Festival today, where horse enthusiasts had the chance to ride up the hill and gaze at the spectacular fall views. Although it drizzled periodically throughout the day, over a dozen attendees brought their own horses to go riding up Mount Baldy to experience the gorgeous views of the seasonal color changes. Carrie James, who plays Caleb O'Dell on the popular TV series Heartland, unfortunately couldn't make it to the festival due to a family emergency, but despite the conditions, event staff have been impressed with the turnout of riders.
A lot of people came out. We were a little bit worried this morning, but yeah, we've got a good turnout. People aren't afraid of the rain, it looks like. So we've had probably about 20 riders, I think, at this point. So yeah, we're giving out some prizes and stuff to all the riders that complete the ride. We've got some stuff for sale here.
The Fall Colors Festival will wrap up tomorrow with a dog walk. Hoping for some better weather, Mount Baldy owners and event staff encourage guests to bring their pups and go hiking up the hill. Local food vendors will also be on site. And an award recognizing seniors for their volunteer work in the community has been renamed after longtime City Councillor Rebecca Johnson. 2 awards were given out Friday at the 55 Plus Centre in honor of its 30th anniversary, a celebration that also included an antique car show.
I'm really at a loss for words, Randy. I guess the thing that I would say is you can't do anything without people to help.
That was Chair of Age Friendly, Rebecca Johnson, after finding out that the Senior Award would now be named in her honor. Johnson played a huge part in starting Age Friendly back in 2009. The organization has become a well-known group advocating for seniors' independence and quality of life. 96-year-old Deanna Bessel was the first to be awarded with the Rebecca Johnson Senior Award. She's volunteered for St. Joseph's Care Group for 75 years at the Thunder Bay Regional Hospital and with the Community Elder Abuse Committee for 20 years, which are just a few of the many organizations she has worked with. Both award winners were overjoyed and spoke about what it meant to be acknowledged.
It is amazing. It's something I do every day. That's my life, helping people.
It's a very nice feeling to be rewarded. That's what I see it as being rewarded by the organization that I helped create. And I'm leaving the board now, and it's time. I have every confidence that they will carry on and do what is needed for the older adults in our community.